Good evening, Freedom fans. Tonight's Freedom Face Off is with the Freedom Voice, Adam Christ, and we will be going over Freedom 11 and going over a recap of all the fights and what's to come. Let's invite the Voice of Freedom. Hope everyone's doing good tonight.
And he is in the building.
My brother.
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Good, bro.
Awesome. Well, fight fans, Freedom 11, it came, it went, and it was absolutely epic. A new venue, the Queens Theater in Queens, New York. It was amazing. Speedy Petey, my guy, just joined. He was front row. He was there. But yeah, man, without further ado, let's get into it. The first bout of the evening was Mohammed Tuam, and he took on Michael Israelov, and that fight set the standard of the night, man. These two got into it, and they got right to work. It was a fire matchup, and the fight delivered. So before we get into the fight, what was your initial thoughts on Freedom 11 in its entirety? What did you think?
I honestly thought it was better than what I expected it to be.
Yeah? Why
Yeah.
is that? Explain. Go ahead, elaborate.
From everything, the fighters, the type of fighters that we had, the venue, the new team, like everything was new kind of. And I was a little worried, but it turned out to be better than what I expected.
100% agreed. Even with a hiccup happening before the fight started, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but with the light heavyweight championship bout falling out last minute, oh my gosh, nobody could have seen it coming.
That actually
But again,
happened
we'll get into
in a
that.
few fights before his match. It happened literally after the show started.
Oh, it happened. I thought it happened before the show even began.
Oh, that's what was more scary to me.
Oh, no. Okay, so here I am doing my bit, and then
You were busy,
so all right,
doing your job.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
You were busy
So,
doing your job.
So Mohammed Tuam and Michael Israelov. What was your thoughts on that fight?
Sorry, these two are a great representation of what's to come for USA Muay Thai. These two young men are very green, and yet they actually showed a lot of potential. Being that it was their first fight, I was extremely
debut
proud
for
of
each of them.
Michael. I'm sorry.
Debut for each of them.
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was extremely impressed with Michael, who was from Next Generation Muay Thai, as I was with Mohammed Tuam from Rami Ali. They both showed great potential. Like they, obviously one was a little ahead on the points, but yeah, you could still see the other opponent sense the urgency to make a change, and that, ladies and gentlemen, it takes experience to be able to do.
Agreed. Second fight of the evening was Rajani Hamid, and he took on Philippe Piaga. Again, another great fight. It was Piaga's debut and Rajani's second fight. He was looking for his first win of the evening. What was your take?
Um, another exciting fight on the undercard, with Felipe coming from Matador, showing that they got the heart and potential. But like Rajani said to us, he had his first fight and he lost, and he told us to expect the change, and he made some improvements, and he was going to show it to us, and he definitely did. And you could tell he carries a lot of power, and that's why he ended up stopping his opponent.
Yeah. Speaking of power, we saw somebody making their debut in Kamel, and he took on Eric Cordova. And man, when I got up with Kamel in the dressing room beforehand, he gives off that vibe of just intimidating. Nice
like he's
guy.
Been there before.
Yeah, nice guy, intimidating, but making his debut, I would have never thought when I watched him fight. So, and again, Eric Cordova, I mean, on paper had experience on him and was a game fighter. And Eric's always entertaining to watch fight. But Kamel had his number that night, and Kamel made a hell of a debut.
Yeah, man. Eric Cordova, if you guys know, my man is a true hero, and he shows his hardship, and he shows how to continue to fight through it. He's shown it to us publicly, and I'm really I'm. It was an honor for me to actually bring him on Freedom, knowing his story. And Kamal, on the other hand, man, if you would never think that the guy it was his debut fight. He showed so much great technique and poise, and yeah, he's been training, but training is one thing, and actually being in the ring is two different things. And I was really impressed with him, and I'm excited to promote him and see what his future holds.
What impressed me the most about Kamel was, like you said, how he was able to stay poised, controlled, and he, for having a debut, didn't get flustered. You didn't see the sense of nerves, the urgency, like the butterflies. He was
And for
calm and
three
collected.
minutes,
Right.
for 3 minute
For
rounds.
the entire time, he was calm, collected. You did not get the sense that it was his debut. So I look forward to more things from him, man, because if that's his debut, we'll see what's going to come in the future.
Definitely.
So Tom Liang, he took on Luis Gutierrez, both of them making their debuts as well. There was a couple of people that made their debuts, but impressive debuts. This was another one.
Definitely, I was excited to have Tom on Freedom coming from Cornerstone, because I was excited to. I tried a few times to get them on. Finally, we got them on, and another Matador fight. This was another exciting fight. They both are kind of newer guys. With Tom having his first fight, and Matador, his fighter having already one fight, but yet they both showed potential. I was excited watching them, and definitely these are two fighters to look forward to as they are entertaining.
Agreed. Ayumi Harai, let me tell you, the Queen's Theater was deafening for this young lady. Ayumi Harai took on Vanessa Taylor. Vanessa Taylor out of Eight Limbs Academy, Ayumi out of Seton Gym. And this place was electric for this fight. I always love, it's one of my favorite things as an announcer is when I have to contend with the crowd. It's just, there's nothing that gets me more excited when I feel like I have to get over their level, and I'm the one that has the microphone. So it shouldn't be like that shouldn't be an issue or a problem. But when it is, when you have such an electric and vibrant crowd, it's one of my favorite things. And that fight was no different.
I agree. That was when I sensed the crowd turn it up a notch. Those two ladies definitely had the crowd turn up a notch, and Vanessa coming from Eight Limbs, I was expecting her to have good technique as Ayumi, but this was the first time I actually got to see Ayumi on Freedom as Vanessa. But they both brought it, and they actually kept it in the clinch, which is very rare. I see female Muay Thai keep in the clinch for most of the time. Vanessa scoring some crazy knees. Ayumi keeping it right in there and giving it right back. It was great back and forth action.
And being a part of Freedom, knowing what you're doing for Freedom, I find it quite ironic that the crowd really blew up in this fight, and you make it a huge point in Freedom to promote the females. It's one of your things that you love to do is putting on the female fights, you making a spectacle of them. And oh, the irony when this female fight, the first one of the night, and it blows Queen's Theater up.
The irony indeed, and very well deserving. Let me tell you, I'm so happy that I got them on Freedom, and I will continue to do it as long as they want. And actually, I got one of them. Actually, he messaged me today, telling me that she can't wait to be on the next one.
I love it. And going into the next female fight of the evening, Teddy Drelis taking on Christina TK Mosher. And on paper, man, this one, I mean, Christina TK 7-1, with Teddy Drelis being 3-3. Christina obviously being ahead on paper, as the favorite. But this fight, it lived up to the hype, and it was a banger for the entire matchup.
Yeah, man, both of these women have experienced, showing how much game they have. With Teddy coming from Seton Gym, another Seton Gym fighter, and TK also coming from Hard Knocks. So both of these gyms, if you guys don't know, they are known for their fighters, and it showed. And TK obviously, having a great record. I believe she was 7-1.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I was really, really impressed with her, as this was my first time, and so as I was with Teddy, and I can't wait to put both of them on again, man.
Um, the next bout with Luke Marshall and Cody Chapman, it was a split decision, and I gotta say, on a personal level, I like Luke Marshall. He's a great guy. He's a nice guy. He's an absolute killer in the ring. So, like, my heart breaks when I have to see the kid lose because I know what kind of work he puts in. But Cody Chapman, tough kid from Eight Limbs Muay Thai. And this fight could have gone either way. It was a great fight. I mean, both came to fight, and the fight delivered, man. It was a great matchup.
Look, there's a reason why it was a split decision.
Exactly.
There's a reason why it was a split decision, and that fight could have went if the fighter that won would have been awarded to Luke. I wouldn't have been mad because that's how that fight was, and there was a reason why it was a split. You know, we had the low kicks that was a clear issue throughout the whole night with Luke, and yet Cody scoring with some of his kicks on the outside as well. So it was a back and forth action, and I was really excited to finally see Cody on Freedom. Man, he's definitely a stud. But let me tell you, man, Luke always takes fights that 90% of fighters will not take. Trust me when I tell you this. 90% of fighters will not take the fights that he takes, and he does it every single time. I'm a big fan, obviously, of Cody, as he's an amazing fighter, and I would love to get him back on Freedom, possibly another fight. Maybe we get him a title fight. He's very well deserving of it. But I'm talking about Luke always taking fights that he shouldn't be taking, and yet he is like this with them, you know?
He performs in them. He performs.
And I'm really a big fan of Luke.
Agreed. And not only that, but a fan of both of their coaches. Charlie and Isaac, great guys. So on top of the great fighters, come from great schools and great coaches on top of it. So, again, great fight from those two. Moving on, we had Omar Abdu, who had his brother fight earlier in the evening, and then took on Nolan Oss. What did you think of that one?
Nolan Oss had a record of 0-2, and he came in against a guy with 4-1. Now, again, another fighter that took a fight that probably most people wouldn't. You know, people with an 0-2 record would look for an easy fight to get their win, to get the first win on their record. But yet, Nolan Oss and Forza Muay Thai decided to still take this fight and to show that they belong to be in there, you know, on that big stage. And let me tell you, he did not disappoint. Nolan Oss is definitely somebody to look forward to. With 0-2, he came and looked like he was 2-0. You know, but yet, you know, yes, he didn't get the win, but definitely I was really impressed with him because of the fact that he showed heart and he showed like he still was. He tried to move and try to avoid the storm that was coming at him, but you know you could tell there was a different experience. But yet he showed that he has a lot of potential. Omar, on the other hand, he mixed it up this time. This was something that I was waiting to see from him. But obviously, everybody knows, you know, from seeing him on Freedom in the past, he comes with his boxing, and yeah, he uses boxing, but he mixed it up this time, going with his hands to feed the hands, and that was nice to see him change.
Now, before we get into the title fights of the evening, because we did have a plethora of title fights, I want to talk about the titleists that we had on the mic. Dylan Jauko and we had Amy Duke. Two Freedom champions there on the mic, and they were there to provide the commentary. Great commentary crew. Love being around them. They're always great to be around, just as far as just personalities. On top of they're absolutely fantastic watching the ring. So, commentary team, couple of Freedom champions in the building. What do you think?
First of all, I want to say, wa alaikum salam, Brother Hamza from Masonet. And guys, if you have any questions, feel free to send them below to Adam. If you have any questions, feel free to send the questions to Adam. We're happy to answer any questions you have. Now, about our Freedom commentators, man, I was really impressed with them, man, because this was their first time, and yet they look like professionals, bro. They went from being Freedom champions to great Freedom commentators. I was really impressed with them, and I had a lot of feedback. This was the first time This was the first time I didn't have any negativity sent to me, no messages, no nothing. Everything that was sent to me about the commentators was a positive note. And I like the vibe that they obviously that Joe and Amy had. They better have a good vibe because they have a closer relationship than anybody else from the commentators. But yeah, man, I was really impressed with all of them. Joe, Amy, Dan also I was really impressed with him. Seemed like somebody that was commentating for Muay Thai before, yet it was his first time. Really excited to have them on Freedom again.
All right, again, a couple freedoms on the mic, and they were in the building. So let's get into the title fights of the evening. The Pro Welterweight World Championship, and this was also for the WMC Intercontinental belt. Hamza Rashid taking on Luis Morales. Man, Luis Morales, he has overcome quite a bit in the past couple of months. That gnarly hand injury that he had to overcome, and he didn't take on an easy fighter either. So he had so much to overcome and then face an absolute beast on fight night. And he came out on top. So that was an epic fight, epic matchup for obviously epic titles. What did you think of that fight?
Look, man, every time Freedom puts on bigger, better fights, that was another fight that USA Muay Thai did not see in forever, bro. USA Muay Thai did not see a fight like that, and that was another fight that we put on Freedom Fighter Promotions. These are two of the best fighters in the world, with Hamza from Morocco and Lewis from USA. Man, I was really, entertained, and they delivered. I wasn't surprised. I was expecting that to be the way it did. Everybody's talking about that fight, how crazy it was. People saying that was the best fight they ever seen in America. And this is what we wanted to deliver. And let me tell you, Hamza and Lewis, they delivered.
That was my first time getting to see Hamza perform live. I've gotten the opportunity and the pleasure to announce for Luis before. And from the last time I saw Luis get his Freedom title to now, it was just night and day. And again, he was fantastic before, but the leveling up that he's done since then,
he knew he had
it was insane.
He knew he had to. Hamza, if you guys know, he's one of the best. He's fought, some of the best legends, in the sport, in IFMA, some of the best fighters in the biggest stage in IFMA, and from Thailand, and Lewis knew he was good, but he knew he had to up his level to another notch, and he did, but let me tell you, that's what happens when you build a fighter. That's what happens when you build a fighter. And that's what we do here on Freedom Fighter Promotions. We build our fighters. We don't just throw them somewhere, because it ain't just about saying, I went to the Super Bowl. I want to say, I won the Super Bowl. And that's what Lewis did. You don't want to just fight for a world title. You want to win the world title. He's the first American to win the biggest belt won here, in America on dual championships, winning the WMC Intercontinental and becoming the World Freedom Champion.
We had a question. Is there going to be a rematch?
Man, I've been hearing that question all weekend long. Every single day I get about 10 questions. Listen, if you guys have been following, everybody's asking that question all throughout the whole social media for Freedom Fighter Promotions. I believe Lewis actually went on today or yesterday, I'm not sure. He went ahead and commented on the Freedom to answer that question. He said he will do whatever Freedom Fighter Promotions wants. He's down to fight a rematch anytime, any day. So that answers your questions from the world champion himself. Now, as far as what we have stored, I believe we have to see what's out there and what's best for the fighter, and we take it from there. Everybody will get what they deserve.
Now this is just
but
on top
to answer
of
your question. If I have to answer your question, yes, there will be a rematch because Lewis already said he's open for it.
Now this is going to be me taking off my announcer hat and putting on the journalist hat, because obviously, as you know, I kind of have multiple roles in this combat sports world. MyMMAnews.com. Check us out.
If they don't know, they're going to know now. My man Adam does it all.
This is my journalist hat coming on. You'd already mentioned that Freedom is going to Florida, correct?
Yes.
I feel like you understand where this is going to go here, because it kind of, if I'm just going to paint a picture here, just championship defense. Who was from Florida? The current champion, Luis Morales, taking on that rematch, Hamza down there. Could you promote it or make a bigger fight? Or if not that fight, is Luis going to be defending his title in Florida, his hometown?
Yeah, I mean, look, without a doubt, as I said already, Lewis said he'll do whatever the promotion wants. Mm-hmm. He's our fighter, so we're going to look out for him. Yeah. However, we have a way to do things, you know. We build our fighters.
Of course.
We give a storyline. Funny, actually, Ray just commented that as I said that. Yeah, great storyline. And that's exactly what we want to do. I don't just try to promote fights. I want to build fighters. You know, I want to take care of them. And I want to build them as our champions and do what's right for them. Why do you think we're going to Miami? We're going to Miami for him. That's what I want to try to do for every single Freedom champion, is go to their hometown and let them show their people, you know, that their champion is here. So that's what I want to do for every Freedom champion. And hence why we're going to Miami. We're going to Miami for Lewis. I am taking Freedom Fighter Promotions to Miami strictly for Lewis. Now, whether it's going to be a rematch with Hamza or not, that's yet to say. We're going to see what's better, and we will make the decision, you know, according to what is good for our fighter and our champion.
I love it. All right, moving on to the next fight. This one was absolute fire and fun to watch. Harold Riera brings the fight every time he fights. Love watching him compete. But this was my first time getting to see Koi Carney compete. And he brought the fight in the entire time, marched forward the entire time. I think Amy and Joe and all of us were back there and kind of just like, this kid has a gas tank that goes for days. He didn't stop. You move forward the entire fight.
For entire fight, COVID, Corona, 2 years.
The Energizer Bunny, that gas tank.
Everybody that watched that fight, I think everybody that watched that fight was saying, oh, he's not going to keep that energy for 5 rounds. He's not going to keep that energy for 5 rounds. You know, but I wasn't surprised. There's a reason why. There wasn't a reason. There was, you know, I wasn't surprised. There was a reason why I put him on Freedom. I saw this man fight. I saw Koi fight on Prime, you know, promotions in Indiana, and I was like, I have to get this man on Freedom. Forza Muay Thai. Let me tell you. Remember this name. Forza Muay Thai has some of the craziest, meanest, dangerous fighters out there. And you guys just saw it on Freedom Fighter Promotions. And I'm going to continue to promote Forza as I will continue to promote Koi. If you guys heard in a live press conference, I don't know if you guys remember, but I said to Koi, I'm like, Koi, you talk like such a nice and sweet, innocent guy, but I know how crazy you are in the ring. And you're not going to be no surprise to me. And let me tell you, he showed that to everybody. He treated round 5 like it was round 1.
And adding on top of that, it wasn't just his energy that he wouldn't stop coming forward. He did it with such skill and technique. Every strike that he threw, it was as crisp as, like you said, round 1. I mean, everything was sharp and put together just beautifully. And again, he was taking on no easy feat. Harold is a tough
guy. Yeah, and let me tell you, that was the second split decision of the night. So, so there's a reason why it was. It was a close fight, which I believe the Koi edged it out, but it was a close fight, and it was just a matter of the fact that when Harold was trying to score those low kicks, he was doing it as Koi was coming in forward with them hands, you know, and it was a great, entertaining fight. That would be a fight that I would be happy to see 10 more times.
Koi just said thank you for the opportunity, and I just want to go ahead and say on behalf of everybody at Freedom, thank you for the beautiful fight. That was it was entertaining as hell to watch, man. It was an awesome fight. Good for you, brother. Moving forward, Julian Ansah and Jabril Alim that never got to take place, unfortunately. And this was a fight everybody was looking forward to. Everybody likes to see the big boys throw it down and go at it. And I'll let you go ahead and explain. I was in the ring doing my thing. I thought everything went down before the show started. And so, again, it's all kind of hazy with me about what actually went down, so nobody can tell better than you. Floor's yours.
First off, to Forza Muay Thai, happy that you guys are willing to do a rematch down the line. Whenever you guys want, it's there for you. But yeah, regarding Julian and Jabril, man, this was the second time this fight was supposed to happen.
Really?
Yeah, so we promoted this fight a few Freedom shows ago. Same thing. Julian was unfortunately had a health matter that a serious health matter that had to take him out of the fight. And again, we make this fight again. And for those that don't know, like 4 fights before they were set to go on, Julian fell down the stairs. He slipped, fell down the stairs, and messed up his knee really, really bad, really bad. I came like seconds later. You know, I as soon as I heard, I went running to him, and he was in pain, and unfortunately, it was obvious that the fight had to be canceled.
Mm. Well, obviously, we wish nothing but a speedy recovery for Julian. Nobody wants to see anybody go down that way, and I know obviously Jabril was looking forward to fighting. He didn't come all the way to Chicago not to fight. To Jabril's credit, man, I got a chance to speak with him just very minimally in between, like, you know, just back and forth backstage. Like, dude, you know, sorry you didn't get a chance to fight. And he was in, for what it was, the good enough spirits to where I was impressed. It showed true championship level caliber of traveling, coming to fight, getting fight ready in camp, and then everything not happening at the last minute. So again, all credit to him. He showed the true professionalism.
Let me tell you, as soon as he found out, I went and told Jabril myself. Yeah. As soon as he found out, he told me, "Where is he? I want to go check on him." As soon as I told him, he told me to take him to Julian to check on him.
Right there.
And he did exactly that. We took him there, and he went and sat there and took a knee and sat down with him and was, you know, tried to be there to show him some sort of support. Jabril is definitely a world champion in the ring and out the ring. Mashallah.
Agree. Well, no matter what's in store for either of them, I look forward to seeing both of them compete down the line, and Jabril defending his title. So whether it be against Julian, whether it not be, I look forward to seeing Julian get better first and foremost. The Amateur Featherweight National Freedom Championship with Stephen Lobiando. He took on Jeff Wilton. What'd you think?
Wow. What a crazy fight. Probably the fight of the night, man. This fight was crazy. So another Forza Muay Thai fighter, and man, as I expected, Jeff was game. But let me tell you, he had Steve hurt in round 1, and Steve showed exactly why he was in this fight to become the United States champion. He was almost out in round 1. Jeff had him so hurt. He was almost out. And he came back and flipped that whole fight 360. He showed the whole country why he is the best fighter in the division in America. And, his skill level, he got injured, he got caught, he came back, figured with his corner, with his coaches, what needed to be changed, and he flipped the fight around. And he brought it back in his favor and won easy, as if that round 1 never happened. I was extremely impressed, man.
Agreed with you, man. That was one of those fights where, judging from the first round, and this is just why they say don't judge a book by its cover, and a fight can go any way, or anything can happen on any given Sunday. If you would have watched that fight from the first round, you would have been like, man, it's probably not going to be too much longer, right?
I agree with you. So, but again, this is why experience matters. Forza Muay Thai is Jeff Wilton. Yeah, my man, he's a star in the making. He is a star in the making. Remember his name, Jeff Wilton from Schwarzer Muay Thai. Remember his name. He's a star in the making. But but what Steve showed, that experience matters. Steve took that round one, came back to his corner, and got with his coach and took the game plan and fixed what needed to be fixed, and brought himself back to life to win that fight as if it never happened. That's why experience matters. And I believe once Jeff gets a few more fights, literally just a few more fights, expect him to be on that top national level.
It was a great fight, man. Like I said, if you were judging just from the first round, like when you are just you're watching there live, you're like, man, this doesn't look good. I feel like if this continues, it's going to be over soon. And Lobiondo just came and, like you said, slowly but surely listened to his coaches and flipped that script, man. So again, you just can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised. Steve, like I say it again, there's a reason why Steve was in this fight. Every time I've seen Steve fight, he just gets better and better and better and better. What North Jersey Muay Thai has done with this young man is very impressive. And he showed like he has 50 fights, to come back from that round one and as if it never happened. And he's definitely going to be on that world stage real soon. There's a reason why he fought for the USA title, and he showed why. He is very experienced, very game, very tough, has a huge heart. He's like a full package.
Agreed. And the amateur super flyweight national title, Ashley Blanco, she's always awesome and fun to watch. But she wound up taking the split decision loss to Kaya Knowles. And Ashley Blanco asked for this fight, right? Am I mistaken with that?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yes. Going back to Forza's Muay Thai, love to rattle off a few more with Jeff and share the ring with Stephen again. He's a stud. You guys will get whatever you want. I'm very happy to promote Jeff anytime, anywhere. But yeah, going back to your question, Adam, yes, Ashley, the former USA Freedom Champion, did ask for this fight. And again, I will remind everybody, what Ashley Blanco has done in just 1 year is something that I haven't seen any other female fighter do in this country. And she kept getting better, bigger, better, bigger, and like every single fight was like a year experience. And really, really proud of her, not only for winning so much in 1 year and getting so good, but to actually call out somebody that is way more experienced than her. I'm very, very proud of you, Ashley, if you're listening. And that was a close fight, man. That was a really close fight.
It was.
Kaya edged it out, and listen, let me tell you, if you guys on the East Coast don't know, Kaya is very, very experienced. She went ahead and fought in the biggest world stage, in the most prestigious tournament in the world, the IFMA World Championships. We have now a United States of America Freedom Champion from Boxing Works, and we are going to be looking forward to bringing Freedom back to the West Coast for Kaya.
I love it. So, which goes into the main event of the evening. This man, he doesn't need an introduction, but we're going to give it to him anyway. The Freedom OGC, the original champ himself, the Tin Man, Taj Rueda, took on the undefeated Joseph Grabani. Nobody, well, I'm not going to say nobody, not many people would take this fight. Joseph Grabani took this fight and on paper just was lacking in experience, but this fight lived up. Joseph Grabani didn't seem like Taj's experience mattered in this fight, wasn't intimidated, marched forward and met him in the middle the entire time. All credit to Joseph Grabani, absolute hell of a warrior. But again, it was Taj's night.
Well, and before I answer this question, talking about this fight, Ray from MK Muay Thai, yes, another great storyline, and that is what we are trying to do here at Freedom Fighter Promotions, brother, is build a story for our fighters, for the world to go home and talk about. Man, talk about a fight. Joseph Grabani, Taj Rueda, man, that fight from round one was crazy, crazy, crazy. But I wasn't surprised. Again, I wasn't surprised. I told everybody, listen, do not think this is going to be an easy walk in the park. Joseph Grabani, yes, he only has 8 fights, but my man is 8-0 with 7 stoppages,
Yep.
7 KOs. There's a reason why. You know, you don't get lucky one time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Like every time you're gonna get lucky, my man is game. My man is game. Joseph Grabani is a name that everybody now knows. They know that it's not an easy fight, but man, there's levels to this. And Taj showed he is on another level.
Joel, I believe it's Joel Estevez, if I'm not mistaken, just said they both said they would meet in the middle of the ring, and they did. Joel, you have never lied, man. They did just that, and they met for 5 rounds and did not let up. I mean, most of it was spent in the clinch and just firing, dogfight. Good gosh, was it back and forth. And that's one of those fights I love getting the crowd pumped up and just waiting, just making sure they're on the edge of their seat and knowing that I'm the one person in the room that knows who won the fight before I get to unleash it to everybody. But that's one of those fights, man. It's exciting to announce. It makes you excited to announce it. So thank you, Taj and Joseph. You put on a hell of a main event.
Indeed, brother. The Freedom Voice got it right.
So what's next, man? I know Freedom 12 is going to be in Florida. Do you have a date? Do you have any announcements you want to drop on us there? Anything you want to let the people know?
I spoke to the commission today, and unfortunately, they are not letting us do it yet.
Okay.
Well, here's what they said. I could do an amateur show in, for Freedom 12, but it cannot be a pro-am show because they are extremely busy. What I didn't know is that Florida is the second busiest combat sport in the country after Nevada. I didn't know that. So with that said, I'm still trying to push for it. I'm trying to see if I know somebody that knows somebody, with that Arab money, but we're going to see. But it looks like, it might not, pro-am show might not happen, but we could still go to Miami. So it's just a matter of whether if the fans, I'm letting it be known right now. If the fans want to still see Freedom go to Miami for Freedom 12 in just an amateur show, please let us know in the comments. Once we go ahead and post this video, please go back to this live and comment saying that you want Freedom to go to Miami. If the fans want to see Freedom go to Miami on just an amateur show, I am happy to do that for our fans. Again, if you guys want to see that, I'll make it happen. Consider it done. So I'm going to take it a step back. Thailand is still in the works. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, some people talk shit, saying that we blow smoke and we this and we that. We never blow smoke. Okay, you can say what you want to say, but a lion doesn't worry about a dog barking. We are still working on Thailand. I could have done Thailand a few months ago, but I don't want to do that because if you know me, all my life, since I was a kid fighting, I don't fight for second place. I fight to be number one. And all my life, I've done to be the best at whatever I can do. So why I'm saying that is because I could have went to Thailand and had our freedom fighters fight in Thailand on any other stadium or any other event venue. I wanted it to be in Lumpini. So I'm still working on it. That's why we haven't gone there yet. But again, if our freedom fans don't care where we go in Thailand, I could do it like this. I'm ready to do it next week. You know, I'm ready. It's just I wanted to give our fans the best. I wanted to go to Lumpini, not Raja, but this is what I was trying to do. I'm still working on Lumpini, so that's why it hasn't happened yet.
Any potential update in maybe 2023, 2024, anything?
No, it's gonna
else?
happen this year. It's gonna happen this year. And Thailand is not the only country we're going to. I know we posted that on our Freedom Instagram page that we're going to 3 countries. You know, so obviously USA is 1. You obviously know Thailand is 2. There's a 3rd country.
Is it the one we had discussed before?
Hey Ray Adam. Ray just said he'll come out of retirement. Hey Ray, I'm gonna take a picture of this. I'm about to take a picture of this. I want it to be proof. Don't make me do it, Ray. I'll do it if you're gonna come out of retirement.
Is the other country Brazil?
No, so it's not. So Brazil was supposed to happen in March.
Okay.
If you guys remember. So Brazil was supposed to happen in March, and I am not going to Brazil because of one reason. The connect that we had there was trying to. I don't want to say it publicly, but it wasn't seeming right for Freedom, and I said no. I'm not gonna go and bring any type of entertainment somewhere that is not gonna treat us right.
So are we gonna have to guess in the comments? Do you want to drop on us which country? You're gonna leave us hanging? What's going on here?
If you guys were watching what I said last week, I said we're going somewhere, and I said we're going to the Middle East.
Oh, you did say the Middle East. Jordan again?
Nope, different country.
Okay.
I was in Jordan last week.
I do know
that's why I was there.
Okay.
Huh?
I said I do know you were in Jordan last week, so I kind of just assumed as such. But so
Lewis,
Taj got it right. Middle East.
Yeah, Lewis. If you want Freedom to go to Mexico, I will do that for you, bro. Mexico is easier done than where we're trying to go.
We got all the champions in the chat trying to guess. You got Speedy Petey. You got Taj with the eyes looking out. Jabril's just saying passport ready. Come on, let us
all our
drop
Freedom
it on.
champions.
It's the Middle East.
So, ladies and gentlemen, expect Freedom to go to Thailand and to Lebanon.
Any potential dates you want to drop on us, or is this just all 2023? This is popping off.
So so right now we're talking to Lumpini about doing a show. We're in connect with a promoter there to try to make it happen in early April. Thailand and Lumpini early April. So if it does happen and you guys want to fight in Lumpini in Thailand and you are ready, you have your passport, and if it does happen and you're ready, make sure you get with me after this live and you message, get in contact with me. Because if it happens, it's gonna happen real quick. So I'm actually waiting on a phone call in a few hours. Right now it's actually 10 a.m. in Thailand, and after this live, I'm expecting a message from my contact in Thailand. So if you guys want to fight in Thailand and Lumpini, it might happen in the beginning, first week of April.
Okay. Well, also, as the fighters are commenting and saying passport ready, I'll just go ahead and throw it out there as well. Passport ready. You know, I'd love to announce.
My man. Remember we talked about this last year, and we said, I said if you would come to Thailand, and you said, hell yeah. The Freedom Voice is going to Lumpini, bro. How big would that be?
Passport ready.
But listen.
That would be.
It's not.
That would be. Go ahead.
It's gonna happen.
It would be. It would be a dream come true for me. So I would love it. I'll leave it at that. So
look what Joel said.
Get your physical and blood now.
Because these motherfuckers, bro, they be giving Joel a hard time, man.
I gotta expect a fight on top of announce. Jesus, man. My little known fact, my last fight was in 2009. I'm retired. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
Listen. we might bring Adam Chris back to Freedom.
Uh,
What do you guys say?
oh no, I don't know about that. What is this going to be in the geriatric division? Geriatric division, bro.
So look, right? Oh shit! Lewis came back with another nice joke. He said, "My stuff good for 6 months. Let's go." Let me tell you, in Thailand, I don't even think they ask for that stuff. But
Speedy's commenting, yes, yep. Speedy just wants me to get my ass kicked. Look at this. Man, I thought we were friends, Pete.
maybe people want to see you fight, bro. We'll make a nice, maybe Jake Paul versus Adam Chris. What do you guys think?
Hey man, this straight right hand ain't going nowhere, bro.
So then, yeah, man. If you guys, like we said, I'm actually waiting on a call after this live to speak to somebody from Thailand. They're supposed to be giving me the word of whether the actual green light is a go or not. So if you guys want to fight in Lumpini, and and you're able to do it first week of April, just be ready. Let me know ASAP. If you are going to be on standby with that happening. Lebanon is going to be happening after Ramadan, so it would have to be after Ramadan. So obviously after mid-April, after that. So if you guys want to go to Lebanon as well, make sure you have your passports. It's going to be interesting. This year is going to be huge for Freedom Fighter Promotions.
Yes, sir. I look forward to it. For the man himself, the CEO of Freedom Fighter Promotions, Rami Ibrahim, anything else you got for the fans? We're about to enter on about 45 minutes now, so we'll let the fans go. And anything you got for them?
Listen, I want to say this. I don't worry about what people say. Sometimes people take pictures and send it to me about what other competition says in their posts about freedom. They go around the bushes. I'll tell you this. If somebody got something to say, they'll come say it to my face. But if they don't, they can go. I don't lose sleep over them. They're the ones thinking about me. I'm not thinking about them. Because lately, there's some people who are sending me pictures of what, the competition. But let me tell you, there is no motherfucking competition. Before, I used to say RRP to the competition. Now, I say that there is no competition. Get that straight. So like, don't send me that stuff. I don't like to play these games. I'm not in high school. I'm too busy trying to make my future for my daughter. My life is good. My wife is good. Now I'm just making sure that my daughter's set. So like, I'm thinking about next level. So that handles that situation. 2, I want the fans. Anybody that is a supporter of Freedom Fighter Promotions. If you ever see anything that you don't like, send it my way. And I will change it and I will make it better. The World Freedom Champion, Luis Morales, just said it right now. We the best. Like my cousin DJ Khaled, who's from Palestine, says all the time, we the best. Just like Luis, the World Freedom Champion, just said, we the best. If you see anything that you don't like about freedom, send it my way. And I'm happy to fix it and make it better. Because that's what Freedom Fighter Promotions was made for the people, for the fighters. So that's 2. 3, freedom is coming. I'm going to continue to say that. Freedom is coming. Today I got a message, Adam, saying, where are you guys located? My answer to that question was all over the world.
Everywhere.
That's why I say freedom is coming. Freedom is coming because we are going to keep coming until we hit every place in the world. I'm not like Luis Morales just became a world champion. And I already told him, I'm going to take this freedom to your home. I'm doing this for one guy. That's what type of love I have for my fighters, you know? And if you don't believe me, you could talk to Lewis himself, you know, and you could talk to any other of my champions, you know? And that's why you always hear me say freedom is coming. It's big. This is not a game.
Freedom is coming. Like DJ Khaled said, we the best, and we out. All right, brother. It's always a good time talking. Pleasure to be the voice of freedom. It's my voice is coming back, so I'm glad we got a chance to catch up tonight.
To all the freedom fighters that tuned in around the world today, to all the freedom champions that tuned in, I see you. I love you. I got nothing but respect. Whenever you call, I will answer. I'm always going to be here for you, no matter what. The past, present, and future. I got your back. I'm not just a promoter. I'm your promoter.
We're out.
Peace, brother.
Peace.